This is Executive Order 11005 from the FEMA Executive Orders. And it goes into allows the government to take over railroads, inland waterways, and public storage facilities. Executive Order 10990. Is the sound working? Call to WAP. All good. 10990, which is the FEMA Executive Orders, allows the government to take over all modes of transportation and control of highways and seaports. Giving all praise, honor, and infinite glory unto the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rachak Wadash. Double honors to the head apostles of Great Millstone, who do rule well and teach well. Shalom unto the elders and the elder bishops of Great Millstone as well. Shalom, shalom. This is Brother Ashamath back at you with a skillful adding to the lesson that was just put up. I just want to make this quick and hit these points real quick because when I was proof watching my lesson, I was thinking about the 10 separate FEMA regions. Ultimately, the Spirit had me think about it better yet, that these incidents are conveniently happening in, which is a tactic of blockade and siege to not only keep goods and services from coming in certain areas, but also to trap people in these 10 separate FEMA regions. Incident number 1 happened in FEMA region number 3, which is the Philadelphia, Baltimore, D.C. area. The bridge that just spontaneously combusted, quote unquote, in Baltimore. Incident number 2, where you have the George Washington Bridge basically, looking weak and frail. Conveniently in FEMA region number 2. FEMA region number 5, where you have the incident in Ohio, where, the bridge happened under, or the fire happened under the bridge in Cleveland, around the Cleveland area. Incident number 4, which happened in FEMA region number 6, where a bridge in the Oklahoma area around the Arkansas River, was hit by, it looks like a container ship, conveniently. And these are all happening in separate FEMA regions because what ultimately is going to take place is the prophecy that's talked about in 2nd Ezra, the 15th chapter and the 17th verse. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able, because goods and services are going to be blocked off, because blockade and siege is not only a tactic used to keep goods and services coming out of an area as far as food, weapons, supplies, so on and so forth, but also to keep people trapped into a certain area. And let's say in an event of great magnitude, an EMP attack or the electronical grid being attacked, so on and so forth, something miraculous happening. You have that event that's set to take place in about a week or so with the solar eclipse. Let's say, more bridges get hit, in between there or in between now and then or after, so on and so forth. Well, that gives the powers that be more reason to implement more draconian measures, to implement these FEMA executive orders. Because let's say an electronic failure happens on the power grid. Well, there's only about a 1 to 3 day supply in every single grocery store, convenience store, And then in those type of circumstances, people are going to ultimately go into beast mode, man, which gives the powers that be even more reason to lock shit down because people are looting, stealing, killing, eating each other, so on and so forth. So we got to lock the cities down. We got to lock the areas down and implement martial law. Just something that was on my spirit when I was looking at the way these incidents are conveniently happening in separate FEMA regions. This is 2 Corinthians, the 2nd chapter in the 11th verse in the NIV. And it reads, in order that Satan might not outwit us, for we are not unaware of his schemes, his plots, his wicked plans, man. And Esau, Edom, he moves like a cutting, conniving snake, man. And I was just thinking about ultimately how this is conveniently happening in separate FEMA regions and areas. So, I was just pulling up different areas and major bridges that are important, like the 24-mile bridge in Louisiana, which is a major port in the southern area, FEMA region number 4, the Golden Gate Bridge, the Bay Bridge, which is a major bridge in FEMA region, FEMA region number 9, FEMA region number 10, the interstate bridge that connects Washington to Oregon. That's in Vancouver, BC, not Vancouver, BC, but yet Vancouver, Washington, connecting it to Portland, Oregon, and other areas where other major bridges are that are in these different FEMA regions to keep people trapped in, So it's just something that was, on my spirit, skillful adding to the lesson that was just put up. And this is beautiful. These things have to happen because these things are written about in the Holy Scriptures, So with that, I'm going to close on out. It's just skillful adding, just something that was on my spirit when I was thinking about, ultimately the FEMA executive orders, which allows the government to take over all food and resources in farms, 10998. And they're already doing that through Bill Gates buying up all the farmland. But now with these incidents happening and goods and services, set to be limited in those areas, in a lot of areas coming soon, because more incidents are going to happen, in these areas concerning transportation and goods and services, bridges, railways, or let's say ports that may get hit next. Well, that gives them even more reasons to implement these executive orders and martial law, and eventually the MOTB and it being mandated. So with that, I'm gonna close on out. Just something that I wanted to skillfully add and put on wax. And in closing, I'm going to give all praise, honor, and infinite glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachak, Radash, double honors to the head apostles of Great Millstone, who do rule well and teach well. Shalom to the elders and the elder bishops of Great Millstone as well. Shalom, shalom. Peace, love, salutations, and blessings. And Wa Abba Ba. Until next time. Shalom.